Hi Capricorn, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. We have had a bit of a gap in the weekly readings. I've been away on a holiday, but there is quite a few all signs videos from last week. So go back and check those ones out as well, especially that shadow work reading, quite extensive for the full moon in January. But please subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate that, and it will help you stay up to date with all the latest videos as well. Okay, Capricorn. This week we are using the Spirit of the Animal Oracle coming through there with the modern Lenormand deck. And for love, we do have the Romantic Fairy Love Oracle. Okay, Capricorn, getting into it for you, Capricorn. Now, with the Spirit of the Animal Oracle, Capricorn, making sure you do listen to your own intuition as well. So if there's anything popping into your head in regard to the animal that is presented to you today, take that on board. You may know of, certain traits or behaviors or, a color or a location of this animal that somehow feels relevant to you in your particular situation. So make sure you listen to your intuition as well. This deck really loves that. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know right now? I am actually already seeing a card like an animal, which I know is represented in the Lenormand as well as this Spirit of the Animal deck. So I am actually seeing the Fox card coming through in here, Capricorn, which talks about, your intelligence and being very smart and cunning and logical, independent. I do feel as though there may be something this week, Capricorn, where you are just sort of having to be very logical and rational, thinking things through very clearly, doing what needs to be done, but in a very logical way. Like it's clever for you to use your logic. And obviously the independence, because we do have the cat coming through, which is the card of independence. All right, so it's worrying about yourself first, especially when I am seeing that fox in my head there as well, that the fox is very independent and it does whatever it does to survive and worry about itself and its little family, and that's it. It doesn't worry about, doing the best thing for all the animals of the forest. No, the fox worries about the fox. And the cat is very much the same. It's very independent energy. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Okay, so the cat energy, very running to the beat of your own drum, Capricorn, trusting that you know what's right for yourself. You can balance on that fence if you need to. You can, sneak through that gap and sneak around in the darkness. You can climb a tree. You can do a lot. You've got the capability of quite a lot. And so you are removing a little bit of fear this week as well, I feel, Capricorn, with that cat energy. For some of you, I am picking up very strongly that, it does say your intuition is strong. So what is it about a cat? Because we're not seeing a wild cat here. We are seeing a domesticated sort of cat. So for me, one of the first things that always comes to mind with the cat energy is, that once again, that independence, but it's like, if you go up to a cat and try to pat it, it'll run away. It won't want a bar of you. But if you allow the cat to come to you, then, it'll have all the little head pats in the world. So I feel like that's kind of your energy at the moment. If you're put on the spot, you're feeling very confronted and you'll just bulk and run away. You hiss and run away, hiss and fight for your spot kind of thing. But, if people allow you time for you to adjust and do what you need to do, and you will come to them when you need them. It's once again very independent energy that you will come to them and ask them for help if you do need it. But, the more someone's sitting there asking you, Capricorn, do you need help? Capricorn, do you need help? You're going to be like, hiss, hiss and claws. So the claws may come out a little bit this week as well, Capricorn. So just keep that in mind. Capricorn, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know right now? What does Capricorn... Oh, okay. That one wanted to fall out. I'm going to take that. What is that in regard... Oh, no. Capricorn. I was going to specify. I do feel straight away that needs a specification because it's sitting by itself immediately. Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know right now? That's interesting. Ooh. I really like that for you. Coming back to that first card for Capricorn, can we clarify what that is about for that first card for our Capricorns, please? Got some really interesting cross connections coming through here. Yeah, so if that's who, but what is that about, please, for Capricorn? Interesting. It does feel like a standalone message, but it could be connected to the greater message, okay? So, but it's not really wanting to delve too much into what this is. It's just telling us, this letter, it kind of jumped on out and it felt really important. When it jumped out, it felt like trying to get my attention. There's an important message that you're going to receive this week, Capricorn. It could be, any form of communication here. It could be a letter. It could be paperwork. It could be a text message. It could be somebody in person. There is some sort of message that you're receiving this week that feels quite important. And for a lot of you, it might just sort of fall in your lap. It may just sort of come out of nowhere kind of energy. We do have the feminine coming through. So that's kind of the what, who. I did ask what, but it gave me a who, right? Although I don't think it's actually a who. I don't think the feminine energy is actually relevant to who you're receiving this off. It doesn't matter who you get this message from, this communication from. I feel like it's actually just telling you that the message is softer. The message is maybe a little bit emotional, maybe a little bit softer, feminine energy. The message itself is maybe a little bit softer, more connected to emotion. We do see the anchor coming through with that as well. Support, reliability, dependability. For one of you, it may be something that being held to, something that you've been held to, that has sort of felt like it's holding you back a little bit. It doesn't really want to give me much more than that. It just is real. The main message there is really just that this message you received this week, it is important, is what I feel is coming through there, Capricorn, as the priority of knowing that it's important. For some of you, I am getting, the anchor, I am getting a few of the multiple messages for that anchor of why this may be important to you, Capricorn, because, a lot of the time the anchor can talk about, the things that keep you steady. So it's kind of that reminder that, you've kept yourself steady in the past when rough seas have hit. You can keep yourself steady again, no matter what this news is. You're steady. You've got the anchor on your side, holding you safe and steady. You can rely on that anchor. For some of you, I'm getting also that part of the ship message. That you are, and that's kind of feeling a little bit like that stuck. Kind of, you're stuck with the ship. You belong to that ship. I don't know how that is relevant, but it's giving me, in Pirates of the Caribbean, where they actually, meld into the ship and become part of the ship. The anchor it's kind of holding you to that ship. So there's something for some of you that, because sometimes it does vibe to me a little bit of, being a part of something, being connected to something, being held to something. So, it could be like a family. You're being held to that family. Held to some sort of softer responsibility here. reliability. You know, somebody, maybe the message is somebody needing to rely on you. Interestingly, they are all spades as well, those three cards with that message. So, and with spade, I'm kind of getting digging something up. It's kind of, this message is digging something up, that dragging you back into the past a little bit for some of you. I'm getting a lot of messages there, but it's not being very clear with what it's about. It keeps telling me that the main part of the message here is that it's an important message for you this week, Capricorn. The general message we have for you. Firstly, we have the stork, okay, which I did actually notice on the bottom of the animal deck. We had the heron there, which the heron and the stork to me are very, very similar energy. The heron talks more about patience, patience for things to get stirred up. Patience, there you will have an idea. You will have a new idea that is relevant to you. This is the card of ideas being created, things being stirred up within you in order to, get things moving and start, it's that preparation for movement energy. It's like when you're going on a holiday. The stork is packing your bags, where you're preparing. Oh, I might need a bikini. Oh, I might need a jacket. I better make sure I take an extra pair of shoes for, hiking shoes. The stork is where you're preparing. You're coming up with ideas on things that are going to get you moving, are going to, become relevant. Ways to stir up change and embrace change in the future. So for some of you, you may be, preparing for some changes upcoming in your life here. I feel like for a lot of you, you're intuitively preparing rather than, physically preparing. And it's kind of, the next card we have the fish. So for a lot of you, this has got to do with your assets and your finances. Your money, shake your money maker, I'm hearing, because, the stork stirs things up. And so you're stirring up, ideas on how to, get your finances moving in the direction that you want. Having some personal revelations, things coming to light with the sun here, happiness. So you're stirring up new ideas on how you can have extra happiness with your finances, how you can really, bring your finances under the light and look at them a little bit closer. And I'm getting kind of saving for a rainy day. The sun might be out right now, but you're kind of like, well, I need an idea on, how to deal with my finances right now while the sun is out and shining, so that when the sun's not out, I can still be quite, secure with my financial state here. We do have a king, queen, and an ace there too. So I do feel as though that's moving in a very positive way for you, Capricorn, with the financials. It may be career for some of you as well, but stirring up. It's all about preparing for, positive happiness with your finances, happiness with your career, changes with your finances and changes with your career, that may come to light. So for some of you, that message may actually be linking up with that as well. But we do also see the moon. So we do have both, two of the celestial cards coming through here, the sun and the moon. It feels like you're here in the middle on Earth, Capricorn. You're the Earth sign in the middle of the sun and the moon, right? So you're, the difference is night and day. You're right in the middle. You're using a lot of logic, but you're also balancing that out by trusting your intuition as well. I do feel that this is just sort of talking about, it's actually talking about a little bit of good luck on your side, embracing feminine energy this week, Capricorn, as well. Feminine energy, softer. So that's why we're coming up with ideas rather than taking big actions this week, Capricorn. Softly. Your intuition is telling you wait until everything comes to light before we actually move into the phase of action. Waiting for this message to come through before we really do start taking actions. But you are sort of thinking things through very, very clearly, very logically, very rationally on how we can come up with new ideas on ways to make changes, within career and finances for ourselves, and really trusting your intuition as well this week, Capricorn. Okay, so it's very interesting. I'm getting a lot of, a lot of masculine energy, but also a lot of feminine energy for you. So you're very, very, balancing it all out very well this week, Capricorn. Love and romance. What does Capricorn need to know in regard to love and romance? Love and romance for our Capricorns. Once again, trusting your intuition, Capricorn, because we do have signs and clues. The universe is talking to you, Capricorn. So trust your intuition. Keep an eye out for the signs, the synchronicities, the clues that are leading you, to where you need to be. We do have magnetism, so that's going to be a good clue for you this week, Capricorn, if you are feeling just drawn to certain things. If your intuition is like drawn to go a certain direction, drawn to talk to a certain person, drawn to certain imagery or songs or places, follow that. Okay, like a magnet being drawn into it this week, Capricorn. There is a gravitational pull to each other. Once again, I'm getting that sun and moon and your earth in the middle. There's this gravitational forces keep these all in the right places. And you here in the middle, you've got the gravity that is, holding the moon in place, but also holding you the exact right distance from the sun for life. Something, I don't know what that's about, Capricorn, but there's something. Once again, every time I'm doing a Capricorn reading lately, especially when we've got some sort of message in regard to, spirituality or intuition, it feels really deep and important. And that's kind of what's going on here too. So if you, have things popping in your intuition, please pay attention to those as well. Anything that you are feeling drawn to, feeling some sort of gravitational connection with, go to them. Go to them, Capricorn. Rekindle as well, Capricorn. An old flame returns. I'm hearing fire sign as well with the flame. Flame may actually be a flame. Like, we do have the sun coming out here too. So we've got Cancer, Leo, Gemini, Aries on the table there. Okay. So we've got 2 fire signs already out with Aries and Leo both coming out with their own individual cards, as well as Gemini and Cancer cards there. Although the Gemini card, it can quite often talk about Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, as well as Gemini. But, it could be, that pairing as well with the 2 koi fish there could be quite relevant somehow as well, Capricorn there. For some of you, this may be all interconnected in some way for some of you, okay? But that's what we've got for you this week. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.